to JermaineAuNatural. I am Jermaine Ryan, and this week I want to talk about words. I want to talk about words that we see all the time. We don't really know what they are. I want to talk about words that have like X's and P's and Q's and Y's and
Bacillus streptomu
that we just don't know what they are and what they do. This is an ingredients video. To start, my voice is really raspy and kind of low and limited right now. Have you ever been asleep, had your neck kind of turned and been asleep and randomly got a dry gust of wind and it wakes you up and you cough? And it happened to me twice, and in this instance my head was turned and I have very violent sneezes. Caught it at the wrong way, and I feel like it's something hurt here. So you might see me here and there getting a little sip of tea to help let's make this like a little game, right? So I want you to go grab 2 products. Now it may not work for everybody, the vast majority. It doesn't matter what 2 they are. It could be a shampoo and a gel. Just go grab 2 bottles of something. 2 bottles of something.
Go ahead. Go pick anything. I'll wait.
Damn, that took you long enough to do. So we're going to turn the bottles onto the back and let's look at the ingredients. In this video, at least one of the things that I mentioned is going to be in your product. I only have 6 ingredients to talk about in this video. The very first one, the one that is the most intriguing to me and the one that I like the name the most of, is Behentrimonium Methysulfate. Let's take a moment, let's peruse the list of ingredients, and let's see if it's listed there. I'll give you another minute. Do you have your glasses? Why does it take you so long? Behentrimonium Methysulfate, also called BMS, is a natural ingredient typically derived from either rapeseed oil or canola oil. This is an all-around ingredient from your shampoo all the way down to your stylers. This ingredient works as your emulsifier, where we often hear and or see and read here in the natural hair community. So what the emulsifiers do is they bind, puts them all together, and then in a lot of ways, because it is emulsifier, it's combining these things, it leads to the coveted slip. Now with Behentrimonium Methysulfate, this ingredient actually is one of the safest ingredients, natural ingredients out there. It is deemed safe by both US standards and even the more stricter European or EU standards. In addition, it is found to be non-allergenic and non-toxic.
Hold on. Very delicious.
Next ingredient, Centrimonium Chloride. Okay, do I need to give you a second to look and see if this is on one of the 2?
What's wrong with you?
I don't understand what the holdup is with y'all. All right, so Centrimonium Chloride, it is an ammonium salt. And to make this particular ingredient, it is normally combined with other natural alcohols. And remember that any pop-up videos that happen above will always be listed down below for you to watch after this one, along with all of the different articles. Well, not all of them, but a good majority, because I read a lot. But a good majority of the articles from different sources in different years will also be linked down below for you to read for yourself if you don't want to take my word for it. With the ammonium salts combined with the very different natural alcohols, what this ingredient is going to do for your products and for you, it is actually a static reducer in your products. In addition, it is also a natural preservative, so it's going to definitely help for your ingredients to last
forever.
Now, in addition to being anti-static and a natural preservative, it is also going to help with conditioning your hair. So you will definitely see this a lot more in your leave-ins, rinse out, and your mask. Now, because this is a combination, some people may have allergic reaction to it, basically based because of the alcohols that make it. But to put some ease to your mind, no, though chloride is the name, it's not bleach. Just in case someone maybe thought it. third is Guar hydroxypropyltrimonium chloride, another fun X's and Y's, 10, 11, 12, 13 letter word. This fun ingredient is actually an organic plant. The guar should be like the ringer for some people, derived from the guar plant, or also called the cluster bean. This ingredient is very, very common, specifically the guar part, because there are variations of guar throughout the world. So the guar plant or the cluster bean can be found in a lot of places around the world. You can find them being grown here in the US. You can find them in Africa. You can find them in Pakistan. You can even find them in Australia. But it is primarily and mainly sourced in various different regions in India. Now, we all should be familiar with beans, right? Beans. This is a bean. Imagine a bean, right? So you have the bean, you have the little things on the inside. Once you open the bean, you have the little things. Think of a pea. Inside of there, if you were to take a very, very fine knife, slice that little outer skin layer, you would have like a little inside part. And then if you were to slice that, you would have like the little middle part is where technically the seed is. But the part that's inside of the husk but surrounds the seed. So that is actually scraped out. And that is actually what the Guar hydroxypropyltrimonium chloride is made out of. Once they scrape that little layer from out of the little outer husk but remove the seed part, from what I read is that they boil it until it forms like a jelly type of consistency. It's
Gelations.
So right up there. So think of like people that have made, or some of your flaxseed products. Another variation is guar gum that you see in some products as well. This is another product that you may find from the shampoo all the way to the styling and anywhere in between. Completely universal, works well with everything. In addition to that, it is a anti-static. Now, because this ingredient is number one, organic, and it is positively charged, it helps with conditioning your hair, detangling the coveted slip once again. It is actually the safest ingredient that you will find in any of these products by both US and UE. And if you are someone that is highly allergic to gluten, this is a naturally gluten-free ingredient. So this is like the ingredient of ingredients in all of your products. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro. Cuatro, I can't. It's just, I can't. Four. So this one is a little bit more of a controversial ingredient, Phenoxyethanol. This ingredient is kind of interesting. So in a more natural state, this ingredient is actually found in green teas. It is also a form of an alcohol. So remember the alcohol video that popped up? Make sure you check that out after this one. Now, in the industry today, it is actually more commonly synthetically produced. This ingredient is another preservative, so it's gonna keep your goods for a good long while. Interestingly enough, it is also the fragrance in some products. Now, the reason that it's used sometimes for fragrance in ingredients is because it has a faint, from what I read, a faint rose-like scent. For your products, it is also an antibacterial. So again, keeping the goods. It says, I read that it's also a stabilizer. Another very interesting thing about it is that it is actually an alternative to using parabens. Now, for the controversy. There are a lot of different reports about this ingredient. There are some reports that say that no, this is not a safe ingredient. There are others says that yeah, it's safe, but only so much of it can be used to make it safe. It has been seen in multiple studies for some people, and depending on how it's used and the percentage of it, that it can cause various skin irritations. It can cause rashes. It can cause flare-ups with psoriasis or if you have eczema. So this may be an ingredient to definitely look out for. For what I did read in a multiple different studies is that the percentage of it that is deemed safe in most products is 1%. Now, because this ingredient is found in a lot of of different things, not just hair, but for skin products, hair products. It is found in some things with babies. I did read a couple of studies that said that in products that are used on or for babies, that the safe percentage amount is 0.4%. So, very controversial type of ingredient. Now, when it comes to the US standards, it is deemed safe, but once again, at 1%. Same thing when I read it when it came to the EU or the European standards as well. They did deem it safe, but at that 1% mark. And there were a lot of different tests that were done with this. I read through a lot of the studies, kind of amazed with some of the things. So, so they have to test them. They don't always use humans to test things. Typically, it's rats or mice, as we've seen in a lot of movies. I saw that they tested them on mice, rats, hamsters, rabbits, and I believe with this one that I found very interesting and something that I didn't know and kind of was like 1 + 1 =, they actually test this ingredient on human parts. So you know how on your licenses and stuff like that where it says you know, or in different, you know, with your doctor or things like that, you know how you can sign up to donate your organs and things for science. This ingredient is one of the sciences. I read where they like tested it on different parts of intestines, the livers, like, you know, put it on there. Like, I was blown away. I'll link it down below. Yeah, they tested on a lot of different human parts. On the inside parts. I did read multiple articles where companies are like, you know what? No, take it all the way out. We don't even want to risk, even if we're underneath that 1%, we don't even want to take a chance. Completely got rid of it from their formulas altogether. And like I said, there are others that stay within that do not go beyond that 1% range. Yes, it is a preservative. Yes, it does work as fragrance. It is antibacterial. But again, for some people, it can cause irritations. And like I said, if you are someone with psoriasis, if you're someone with different versions of eczema. So for people like Latoya Ebony, Charmaine Joyelle, or African hair god Narada with his hands, something to just kind of be aware of. That was the most in-depth, the most interesting ingredient out of everything that I read just because of the controversy behind it. But again, everything will be linked down below. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. Potassium sorbate. Now this ingredient is naturally found in the berries of the mountain ash tree. It sounds like in a movie where they're like, you have to climb to the top of the mountain to get these berries. Like, it sounds like, that's what I imagine. Though this ingredient can be put in its natural form in products, normally it's synthetically made.
Boo, you whore.
Oh, and we are looking on the back of the bottle still, right? Just checking. All right, so yeah, so even though it is a natural ingredient, a lot of places make it synthetically because cheap, easy. They don't have to climb to the top of a mountain to get it. Another beneficial thing about it, and what kind of helps a lot of products that we use, is that it is actually a alternative to parabens. This ingredient is another everything. The one thing that stands out about this one is that not only can be found in hair, skin, nail type of products, but it is also found in various different types of foods, pharmaceutical things, and it has even been found in some packing things. So potassium sorbate is kind of a universal, can kind of work with anything, works with a lot of things, formulated in a lot of things type of ingredient. And the last but not least, number 6 on the list. Are we still looking on the back? We still got ingredients, right? In bottles, products, and words and things. It's Pantheol, or you may know it as a vitamin B5. It's a vitamin. So anytime you see Pantheol, just know that that is actually B5. This is gonna do everything that you need an ingredient to do for your hair. no issue.
It's everything.
Okay, everything you need it to do for your hair. So to start, Pantheol is going to work as an anti-inflammatory, strengthens the hair, and it soothes your scalp. Now, another thing that it does is that Pantheol pulls moisture from the air and helps your hair to retain moisture. In addition to that, since it's pulling it, it says, you know, since I'm going to pull it, let me work on keeping it too. So it's going to also help you with moisture retention. It is also an emollient. It works as a detangler. It's going to make your hair look shiny, give it some sheen, make it look all glazed and lustrous and sparkly and stuff like that. Now I did read a couple of articles that did say that products, or even if you just use it, even if you just use Pantheol or B5, liquid B5 on your hair, is that it does kind of leave a coating, a light coating on your hair. But because this is a vitamin, because the way that this particular ingredient is made, is that it can wash off with anything, simple water. Definitely with shampoos. It is said that some co-washes can really get it off really easy. Like, it ain't sticking to you to be stuck to you. It's just here to do a thing, and then when you don't need it to do that, you wash it away and it's gone. That is a badass ingredient. So, just some of the ingredients that I know I would bet my second to last dollar that in whatever ingredient, whatever product that you grabbed and you looked on the back, one of these six was there. One of these six was there. So yeah, I thought that this was fun. These are words that I often see and come across. The ingredients do matter. They dictate what the products are gonna do to your hair. So make sure you like this video, press the subscribe button. It's red, it's a good time here, and I share a lot of different things, I think. Feel free to share this out, as someone else may want to know what things they're using on their hair and what they do. Punch the notification bell so that you can stay abreast. And again, thank you for tuning in to JermaineAuNatural, and I'll see you in the next one.